Dear students, welcome to this new video. In this particular video, we will start social science success of Goyal brothers Prakashan of standard 7th. You will see in this book that there are three sections of this social science subject: history, geography, social and political life. In this particular video, we will start from the history. The first chapter of the history is tracing changes in the medieval period. In this particular chapter, an overview of the medieval period is given. The entire medieval period is briefly described in this particular chapter. So what is medieval period? Medieval period basically starts from 8th century till 18th century. Okay, 8th century till 18th century. And medieval means, it is a Latin word which means middle age. Historians have been dividing the history in three periods: ancient, medieval, and modern period. So medieval is in between the ancient and modern period. We can further divide the medieval period into two parts: early medieval period, which starts from 8th till 13th century, and late medieval period, which starts from 13th till 18th century. Okay, so during early medieval period, major ruler were Palas, Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas, Cholas, and Rajputs. And in late medieval period, there were Turks, Afghans, and Mughal. British historians have been dividing the history of India on the basis of religion. So they have divided the history into three periods: Hindu, Muslim, and British, which is not logical division. So in this chapter, this is the introduction. Let's start next section. The next section is old and new terminology. So earlier the India was known as Bharat Varsh. Later on, Muslim described the India as Hindustan. So Babur used this term first time, Hindustan, to describe the flora, fauna, and culture of the people living in this particular area. Further, the name India is first time used by the Persians, and Greeks also use this term India. The people living around the Indus River were called as India. So these are the three terminologies. First, Bharat Varsh, second, Hindustan, and third, India. Then what are the social and political changes that occurred? Many social and political changes have occurred during this medieval period. Many new technologies came. So it is mentioned new technologies made their appearance, like Persian wheel is first time appeared for the irrigation purpose. Then spinning wheel came for the weaving purpose. Firearms also used during war, and many food and beverages also came to India, like potato, corn, chilies, tea, and coffee. All these things came in the Indian subcontinent during the medieval period. How the Persian wheel look like? It is given in one diagram. This is Persian wheel. It is used to harvest the water from the ground. Then spinning wheel is used for the weaving purpose. Next, it is mentioned that during that period, many people cut the forest for the extension of the agriculture area. So the people who were living in the forest, they were forced to migrate to some other area, and therefore became poor, and some became rich because of the trade, during unequal trade during that period. So the society is therefore divided into different caste system. It is known as jati, and therefore caste system came into existence during the medieval period. Next section talks about the major development during the medieval period. So earlier Rajputs were prominent ruler in the medieval period. One group of the people who became important in this period were the Rajput, and the name is derived on the basis of Rajputra, the son of ruler. Between the 8th and 14th century, the term applied generally to group of warriors who claimed as a Kshatriya caste. Caste means jati. So those who were Kshatriya, they came to known as Rajput. And the term is not used just for the rulers but also for the soldiers and commanders who served in the army of various kings. Extreme valor and great sense of loyalty were attributes of the Rajputs. Other groups such as Marathas, Sikhs, Jat, Ahoms, Kayas also became politically significant. So after the death of the Harshvardhan, the period is known as Rajput period. And during this period, there were many other ruling dynasties such as Pratihars, Chauhan, Chandels, Parmars, Solanki, Tomars, and Guhilas. Tomars were the one who built the city of Delhi. Pratihars ruled over the Rajasthan and part of central India. Solanki ruled in the region of Kathiawad region. Chandels ruled over the Bundelkhand region, and Chauhans ruled over the central Rajasthan. So these are the different rulers and their area where they ruled. Okay, these Rajput clans were constantly at war with each other. So they were actually fighting with each other, and therefore they were not strong enough. They were fighting with each other. So Turk were able to defeat the Rajput king Prithviraj Chauhan because they were not strong enough. So defeat of the Rajput king Prithviraj Chauhan by the Muhammad Ghori in the battle of Tarain brought the India under the rule of slave dynasty. So slave dynasty started after the second battle of Tarain, which occurred during 1192. Then after the slave dynasty, many other Muslim ruler came into India like Khiljis, Tughlaq, Sayyid, Lodi. And the last Lodi ruler was Ibrahim Lodi. Okay, and Ibrahim Lodi was killed by the Babar in the battle of Panipat. So first battle of Panipat, Babar killed the Ibrahim Lodi, and therefore Babar established the Mughal Empire in India. And Babar's son Humayun was then next ruler, and after the Humayun, Akbar came, and after Akbar, Jahangir came, Shahjahan came, and Aurangzeb came. And there were many different languages that were spoken during the medieval period. So that was the major development. First, there were many Rajput kings, they were fighting with each other, and then Muslim kings arrived, and Mughal Empire then established. Then what are the new, old and new things in the religion? So during medieval period, Brahmins were the dominating group. Okay, and they were speaking in Sanskrit. They overcome the dominance of the Brahman. A bhakti movement started in which everybody could worship the god without any elaborate rituals. So first thing, Brahmins were dominant. Then second, bhakti movement came into existence. Then Islam appeared in the subcontinent, and these are the three things that occurred. Next, what are the sources of history? So this is a new section. Okay, so basically there are two major sources: archaeological sources and literary sources. Archaeological sources and literary sources. So archaeological sources means those which were preserved in some monuments or paintings like that, and literary sources means some books or chronicles like that. So archaeological sources are like inscriptions, okay, written some like on something is written on the pillar or on monument, it is known as inscription, and these things provided some information about the society, political system during that period. Like several Tamil inscription of the medieval period prove the existence of social system that was opposed to the caste system. And monuments like tombs, forts, mosque, temples, provided a lot of information about this period. Like Brideshwar temple at Tanjore, Jain temple at Mount Abu, Taj Mahal and Red Fort are the example of medieval architecture. Then paintings. During the medieval period, two kinds of painting emerged. They were mural and miniature paintings. The miniature painting emerged under the impact of Islam. The most famous school of miniature painting was the Mughal school. This is the example of miniature painting of Kabir. Then coins. Coins provided information about the name and dates of the different ruler. They gave the idea of economic condition during that period. So coins were also a source of information. So in archaeological sources, we have four different sources: inscriptions, monuments, paintings, and coins. Then literary sources. In the literary sources, we have autobiography and biography. Example of these autobiography are Futuhat-e-Firoz Shahi. It is written by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Babarnama is written by the Babar. Tuzuk-e-Jahangir, written by the Jahangir. So these are the autobiography. And biographies, example of biography are Prithviraj Raso. It is written by Chandbardai. It describes the life and adventure of Prithviraj Chauhan, Rajput ruler of Delhi and Ajmer. Humayunama, it is written by the Gulbadan Begum, and it describes the Mughal Empire during the Humayun. Then Akbarnama and Aine Akbari is written by the Abul Fazl, and it describes the events that occurred during the Akbar's period. So chronicle is a record of rule of king describing their life during their period. There are many chronicles. Example of chronicles: Raj Tarangini by Kalhan. It is a history of the king who ruled over the Kashmir, and it was written in the Sanskrit language. Then next chronicle is Tariq-e-Firoz Shahi. It is written by Ziauddin Barani. This describes the history of sultans of Delhi. Then Tariq-e-Firishta. It is written by Firishta. It describes the history of Delhi sultans. Then Tahqiq-e-Hind. It is written by Al-Biruni, who was a traveler from Central Asia. Then Khazan-ul-Futuh and Tughlaqnama. It is written by Amir Khusro. Okay, this is important. Then there are archival records also, like royal farmans or decrees or orders, we can say, are preserved in the archives in their period. So they also provided the information. Then travelogue means if any traveler is coming and they are describing the social and political structure of that period, that information is also used to write the history. So many Muslim and European travel visited India during this medieval period. Muslim traveler visiting India wrote an account of their travel, like Ibn Babuta Rihla described the period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Abdul Razak visited the Vijayanagar and wrote the condition in the Vijayanagar kingdom. Then Niccolo Conti gave an account of kingdom of Vijayanagar. Then Captain William Hawkins, he stayed during the period of Jahangir. So these travelogue also gave information about the history. Then there are religious and regional literature available. Like medieval period saw the growth of Bhakti and Sufi movement, and these saints composed the poem and songs in local language, and these songs provide information about the medieval period, like Chamcharit-Manas, Jayadev's Gita Govind, and Chand Bardai's Prithviraj Raso. These are the example of regional literature, and these books were written in different languages like Marathi, Tamil, Kannada, Urdu, Persian, Arabic, and other languages. So they also provide some information about the history of the medieval period. Some more information is given in this particular box. Chinese invented the art of paper making and wood block printing. Then Al-Biruni and Ibn Babuta were the foreign traveler who visited India in the medieval period. Then the word Hindu with reference to people of India was used by Arab for the first time. The silver coin called Rupaya was introduced by Sher Shah and was continued by the Mughal. According to Abul Fazl, Mughal ruler Akbar used to play Nakara. Then in this box also some more information is given. It is basically summary of the entire chapter. The medieval period stretched from 8th to 18th century. During this period, India witnessed many changes in society, economy, politics, religion, and culture. India was earlier called Bharatvarsh, land of Bharat. The Muslim called the subcontinent Hindustan. The period following the death of Harshvardhan came to be known as Rajput period. Apart from Rajput kingdom, other powerful kingdom were those of Pallas, Rashtrakutas, and Cholas. One of the major development of this period was Bhakti and Sufi movement. Information about the medieval period can be obtained from archaeological and literary sources. So this is all in this particular chapter. Let us review the entire chapter in this brief mind map. So medieval period can be divided into early medieval period and late medieval period. The early medieval period ranges from 8th century to 13th century, and late medieval period ranges from 13th to 18th century. In early medieval period, there were Pratihars, Chauhans, Chandels, and Solankis. Then Solankis were defeated by the Turk, Muhammad Ghori. Then they established slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty, and Lodi dynasty. Lodis were defeated by the Mughals in the Battle of Panipat. Mughals important rulers were Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. So you can remember the sequence of these important Mughal: BHA, JSA, okay, BHA, JSA, or Badshah. In this acronym, you can remember the name of all the Mughal ruler. Then what are the sources of history? Archaeological sources are like inscription, monuments, paintings, and coins, and literary sources are like biographies, autobiographies, chronicles, and travelogues. This is all in this chapter. I hope you will be able to understand the different concepts and important facts given this particular chapter. Like, comment, and share this chapter with your class fellows. Thank you very much.